are you guys?
Good. John, clearly a long journey for you to get back to this moment, and we could see the emotion immediately after in the cage, but you've had a little chance to let it soak in. I'm sure spend some time with your family. What are the emotions like right now?
Man, it's surreal. It's surreal to be back here in front of you all. Just more grateful than ever. You know, at one point in my career, just took it off for granted and just, you know, I was just dreaded doing some things like this. And now after not having it and realizing how easily it could be all gone, not having this, I'm more grateful for every ounce of this process.
Incredibly quick start to the fight tonight. Were you anticipating it to be, you know, that much of a barn burner right off the bat?
Yeah, you know, I think, you know, I heard Daniel say things like he wanted to show me right away that, you know, the 2 years will affect me and that I'm not meant to be here and things like that. So we knew that there wasn't going to be a filling out process. We knew there wasn't going to be time for ring rest. We knew we were going to have to get straight to business, and that's what happened.
You said you were going to get the finish. I mean, did you envision that type of knockout, you know, a high kick, you know, finishing it the way you did? Did you see that as a possibility?
Yeah, we expected to finish there in Cormier. I said it in several interviews before the fight. There was a day in practice where we found 5 other guys who gives me the hardest time. And my coaches made me match up against all of them. They had 1 round each in 5 rounds. And I finished 3 out of the 5, which is something I've never been able to do before. I had 2 TKOs and a submission. And my coaches told me after that practice, they said, John, you are stepping into your prime, my friend. And they said it's time for you to expect to finish fights, expect more out of yourself, both in your personal life and at work. And that's what I've been doing. I've been expecting more out of myself, holding myself to a higher standard. And I feel like it showed tonight.
Very classy address towards Daniel afterwards. I wonder, was that spontaneous or was it something that's been weighing heavy on you that you wanted to get out there? I mean, obviously, pre-fight build-up isn't exactly the time to do that, but
right.
Was that something that just came to you all of a sudden, or had you wanted to get that out there?
Well, I've always felt that way about Daniel, but it was spontaneous. I've always felt like he's a pretty classy guy, guy to be respected. Stand-up champion, model champion, but unfortunately, you know, I came into this game at a young age with big ideas, and despite how good of a person he is, there's no mercy in combat, and I have to do what I have to do. All right, it's either me or him, and so you know, what happened, but he should be respected. And I don't think he should ever be questioned whether he was a true champion or not in my absence. He fought 2 of the toughest guys in the division. He won those fights, and he carries himself like a champion. So I think that should be recognized.
Last thing for me, John, the call out of Brock Lesnar I think was a little bit unexpected. Talk about the genesis of that, where that was coming from, and why you were motivated to do that.
You know, to be honest with you, I have no clue where this Brock Lesnar situation came from, how it started. But it got serious really quick. And I started talking to my management team, first-round management, and my team at Jackson's MMA. And I said, well, what do you guys think if this was to happen? And obviously my manager's like, well, it's going to be a big payday, right? That's his job, right? Make me money. But my team at Jackson's MMA, Jackson's Wink, they said, John, you can win that fight. You know, you're gonna have to dig deep. You're gonna have to take your self-belief to a higher level. You're gonna have to earn this fight. Obviously, you have to change a lot. You know, fighting at 225 or 230. But so you can do this. And so we made up in our mind that we were serious about it, and I think it'd be great for the MMA world, right? It would definitely bring more general public to the sport of mixed martial arts, and that's what we need. We need to expand our sport, and so why not be the guy to play a part in that?
John, back here, what does it say about you? And you were pretty confident going in that you would perform like that tonight, but Dana was even blown away. Everybody here, to see you do that after the amount of time you've been off, all the things that you've been through. I mean, you were overwhelmed at the end, but what does it say about your overall greatness in your career that you can come back in and do what I don't think anybody could come back in and do tonight?
Thanks. Yeah, man. You know, we made a shirt that said "Unbroken," and I've made that my kind of life motto or slogan, whatever, just to be unbroken and to believe in and believe in your dreams despite, you know, how you get sidetracked in life. Just to remember why we started this and remember how great we all can be. And yeah, man, it just shows that, man, that you know, that can't be broken, can't bend me, can't break me. And I feel that way right now. I feel stronger than ever. And I hope that this story motivates somebody else to get on their feet and kick some ass in life.
That being said, as good as you were tonight, how much better can you be now that you, quote unquote, have your life together and outside of the cage is seeming to be aligned with inside of the cage and you hitting your prime all at the same time? How much better can you be even than you are now?
As far as saying I have my life together, you know, life is a day-by-day thing, you know. You gotta just try to make good decisions in one situation, one day at a time. So, you know, my life is still a work in progress. But I feel like I can be much better. Tonight, defensively, I felt like that I wasn't the sharpest. I got caught with some really, really big punches, some big hooks. Thank God for blessing me with a good chin. Yeah, I feel like the best is yet to come. You know, at age 30, I feel like I'm in my physical and mental prime. And just believing that will allow me to train at a higher level and just expect more out of myself. So I feel like my best years are still ahead of me. I think it should be very scary to a lot of these light heavyweights that I'm still the youngest guy in the division and going to be here for a long time.
Hey, John, right here.